Alrighty, so this project is basically about a retail store which has sofas, love seats, recliners, and sofa beds, basically mainly sofa beds. And we want to use Google Ads to basically, get more traffic from the internet. We precisely want to target people who are on a tight budget. And yeah, so let's create our campaign. If you look at Google Ads keywords documentation, by the way, it's a very good one if you're interested in. It really emphasizes on the fact that we need to first see, okay, if I wanted to, buy a sofa on a budget, what would I search? So we want to create a list, first of all the stuff, for example, the words that we use before we actually search sofa or the product. So let's call it words. And let's discuss what we search. For example, I'm just going to say on a budget because the, sofa is on a budget because that's what I would search. So on a budget, I'm going to search buy because I want to buy, sofas. Maybe because I'm looking for discounts, I can, say discounted sofas or something. Promotions are also a good one, or promo. Google Ads actually has this really cool thing called keyword plan. And basically you search here what you want to, what your ad is about. And I've just searched sofas. And when you click on it, you're going to get all the, important stuff, which, with both low competition and, medium and high competition, meaning like other people are using it as well. So let's look at it. So sofas is a very obvious one. For now, we're just looking for other stuff. So IKEA, for example, here, but we're not IKEA, so we can't use it. We have leather here, which is a good one. We have cloud. We have, again, leather here, so leather seems to be important. And we see garden sofa, loaf sofa, cheap sofa. So I'm just going to go ahead and put cheap here. Also leather. Okay, let's look at other stuff. Again, IKEA seems to be important, but we're not going to use it. Wooden. So I'm just going to go ahead and add wooden. What else do you guys think when you want to find sofas online? What are you going to search? Maybe like gray, white. Maybe you're looking for a white sofa. So I'm just going to add white. Maybe you're looking for a small one or a big one. So I think that basically covers the general terms. Now we need to, we have the products here already. And what we want to do now is to create a keyword list, which consists of, for example, buy recliner and recliners buy. Because that's, it goes both way when you want to search. It's not always grammatical. So we want the product and the words that we just discussed before and after. Correct? So there's two ways that we want our keyword list to be. So first of all, we're just going to create an empty keywords list and then create a nested for loop. And we're just going to go through every single product and then, just add the word after and before that product. So it goes like this. So for each word in words, which was this one that we just created, and for each, let's first loop through products. In products, and for word in words. Alrighty, so what we're doing is basically, we created this empty list here, and I put it here, and then I'm appending. First, I want to know what product this keyword list is for. So for example, if I have sofas and sofas cheap or cheap sofas, I want to know if it's about sofas or not. So the first thing I'm going to do is to mention, hey, this is the product, and then the product plus the word. And here I'm just going to do the opposite. So it's going to, again, be the product, of course. And then it's going to be that word plus product. Just going to quit Discord to not have distractions. Alrighty, so let's see what's happening. First of all, I'm just going to run this one and this one. And in case you're wondering what pprint is, it's basically pretty print. It just looks better than normal printing. Here it is. So for sofas, we have sofas on a budget sofas, sofas buy sofas, sofas discount sofas, sofas promotion, and so on. You get the gist. So yeah, so we have this now, and we want to convert this list into a data frame because we want to use pandas. So the first thing I want to do is to import pandas as PD. In case you forgot, PD is just basically an alias that we use for pandas because it's just shorter and it's like the norm. And then we want to create a data frame out of this list. So what I'm going to do is say, so PD, I'm using pandas to CSV. Oh, well, first we want to create the data frame itself. So let's do that. You just say PD data frame, and then we're just going to give it our keywords list. Just going to run it, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so we just have normal indexing and 2 columns, and we didn't give it any name, so it just went with its default, which is 0 and 1 and so on. Okay, it looks good so far, but we want to rename the columns so it makes sense. Alrighty, so what we can say is that dot, we have rename, and you can say columns equals to, and so 0 is basically our product, so I'm just gonna name it product, and 1 is our keywords, so I'm just gonna name it keywords. So again, let's look at it. We're taking keywords data frame, we're renaming the columns. The first we want to mention the already like the old name, and colon, the new name. That's what we're doing. I'm just gonna give you some time to process. Alrighty. So, and then I'm just gonna, save this data frame. Okay, now let's look at what we've done. And ta-da. So this looks like a, proper data frame so far. Great. Now we want to add a campaign column, and it's basically just the name of the campaign. We're just gonna call it Sim Sofas. Okay, so the name of the data frame is keywords data frame, so I'm just gonna put it here. The name of the new column is called campaign, and it's just equal to this guy, so I'm just gonna copy paste it. Okay, So again, I just want to make sure that, I always check after every cell because you never know what can go wrong if you don't get an error. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. They all have the same campaign because they're in the same ad campaign. And then we want to create a match type column. We have two types of match. One is called exact, which is basically, the exact term that we just created for the keywords, or very close variations of the exact term. Or we have phrase, which is a broad match, which means like if like when you're Googling and you have misspelling, spelling errors, or you're looking for sofa, but bed are kind of similar to sofa. So bed is going to be included in the search because it's phrase. Here we're going to use exact because of obvious reasons, because we want it to be really narrow, because we want people who are tight on budget to find this, this products that we're talking about. Of course, if you use phrase, you're gonna reach more people, but it's it comes with a price. Maybe those people are not interested in your ad, but when you use exact, it's gonna be a narrower number of people, but that's what they're looking for. So you probably have more sales when you use exact. Okay, so we want to add another column, which is called criterion type, which is exactly what I explained. So let's do that. It's called criterion type, and for now we're just going to go with exact. Now you'll be wondering, why are we even, if we know what we're doing, right? But how does Google know? Google Ads. To answer, I just answer, maybe you have this question. I'm just answering my own question. But on Google Ads, when you import the CSV file that you created, exact has meaning in Google Ads. So it will know, okay, so this person is looking for, exact phrase matching, like exact keyword matching. So I'm not gonna, get beds or chairs or things like that included in the search when they Google. So that's why we're including this column in our CSV. Okay, so for now, we're just using exact. That's cool. So far, do you have any questions? Okay. Okay, so as I explained, both phrase and exact have, we use it in different case scenarios. Just so we have it in our CSV, let's just create exactly the same data frame that we have, and then have, the criterion type as phrase to see, what it looks like. So this is the copy of the keywords, as you can see. So I just made the exact copy of the keywords data frame that I just created. And I'm just gonna copy paste this guy. So this is gonna be phrase. And instead of exact, I'm just gonna replace it with phrase. It's gonna run it. Right, I'm just gonna comment this out for now. Okay, let's see how phrase looks like. Okay, so let's compare it with the other data frame we just created, which is keyword, but exact. So the only thing different is basically the criterion type here. Everything else is the same. Again, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of time in case you're coding with me. And at the end, we just want everything to be at the same place. So I'm just gonna name it keywords df final, which is basically the previous data frame, which is called keywords data frame plus the keywords phrase. So how can we do that? Very easily. I'm just gonna append keywords phrase, the last one. And as you can see here, we have both the exact and phrases here. And we have 220 rows here and 4 columns, which makes sense. So we did it. So far, this was the the essential things that you needed to know. But here is actually like a real sample of a data frame that people use for ad campaigns. So we did that. We did this, we did this. We don't have the headline. We don't have these and the description and the final URL because, well, we don't have any URL right now to use. But in case like your website has one, you can just copy paste it here. In the description, we usually say, the hindsight of buying something from your website. For example, like it's 30-day free return and then free delivery within the US, start shopping now. And this is what it looks like when you see it here. So the person is just gonna search the keywords, and based on the keywords that you created your ad campaign with the user is gonna see like the ads. And you have the headline and the description here, so the user is going to see it, and when they click on it, obviously they're going to get taken to the URL that you appended here. So that's how it works. And in case you're wondering where you can do all of this, basically just like you have Gmail, you have Google Ads. So when you you all probably have a Google account already. So when you go to Google Ads, it's going to ask you to sign in via your Google account or Gmail. So, and then you can see this. It's a very good interface. And the first thing you need to do is to click Tools and Settings. And well, for now I have it already, but it's going to ask you to convert to expert mode. And when you click on that, you can see all of this, which is, it helps a lot, and you can add your new campaigns here. And it's pretty cheap, honestly. So yeah, in case you want to do it for your business. Alrighty, so the last thing we want to do is to save the final keywords to a CSV file. So our final, where is it? Okay. Our final CSV or data frame looks like this. So it's just keywords df. Or no, yeah, it is. Well, first we need to save it somewhere, right? So I'm just gonna call it keywords final. So, and then I'm just gonna use Pandas to CSV and this. Well, it's a better way to do it, so I'm just going to copy paste it here. So you can see it here, keywords final to CSV, and then you can name the CSV file here. It doesn't have to be the exact name of the list, or sorry, a data frame. And I just turned off the indexing here because it's just less messier. I'm just going to run it. Oops. What's happening? Ad group, right? We called it product, so I'm just gonna do that. Just a second. Again, Jesus Christ. So the df, I need to delete that. Oh, and this one. I think we call it keywords probably. Okay, that was the problem. So yeah, you can see the the campaign name, the citation type, and we have 110 exact keywords and 110 phrase campaigns. So we did it. When you look at here, you see a keyword CSV, and when you open it with your normal browser, you can see exactly the same thing, but it's in tangible form now, which is CSV. So it's not only virtual anymore. And you can basically just take this and upload it on Google Ads, and you're gonna have it. And there you go. That's it.